All right, here we go. Breaking Vegas. Zekem Hill, Coach DT, and Dr. Breaking Vegas back there in the shades. Too cool.
You know.
This episode 11. We're back to talk about, some college football. The season has ended. And first on the agenda is the national championship game or lack thereof. Uh, at the end of it, man, before the game started, I kind of had some ties to TCU, man, a trifecta. My little cousin going, a cat from high school, his son's going, and then a kid from my school that I know I teach at now, he's going. So I like, hopefully TCU can pull the upset so these boys can start off on, a good note, regardless they are anyway. But that's just kind of had me swayed that way. What you boys is feeling about the game going into it?
Man, I felt pretty strong about TCU up until the day of the game. Man, I had already, placed my bet, so it was what it was. But it's a guy that I work with, and he was talking, and he was just talking about where the money had been pouring in, and still learning the game. And he was just talking about how since that line hadn't moved. Since the line didn't move at all, there's a good possibility that TCU's about to get their doors blown off. And he was exactly right. Because nobody, the Sharks didn't believe in it enough to start putting money on TCU to drive that line down, not even a point.
Yeah.
So hey, and he was right on point, man. That thing got ugly quick, and so basically he had a bunch of people come in at the over. Georgia did that by themselves. The over was 63. Georgia took care of that.
They had to.
Man, we had this conversation at lunch yesterday with the older white guy. And I told him, man, I said the score going to probably be like 70-3. I just felt there's levels to this college football. And I think Georgia is on a totally different level when it comes to, college football. Yeah, TCU D1, but they at that lower tier, that tier 3 D1 when you comparing it to the Georgia Bulldogs. So I knew it was going to be exactly what it was, a beatdown.
Yeah, when it all boils down to it, I think they kind of got lucky against Michigan. The ball bounced their way. They took advantage of it, and it showed in the spotlight. All eyes on them, and they was not able to, put their best foot forward. They tried, but I listened to that pregame speech from Kirby. OMG. That's my kind of speech, if I could say so myself. But
I agree. That got me fired up.
So they're in a good vibe, a good momentum next year. I don't see them losing next year. We got to see what the new wave brings in, but they got a hell of a wave going right now.
I mean, even Coach Sanders pretty much explained it early in the season when he did that interview, and they were talking about, are you going to put Alabama on the schedule? He said, no. Why would I do my boys like that? Skill position wise, anybody. But when you talking about those boys on the line, it's a totally different level, and it showed.
You talking about Coach
Dion? Yep.
He's right. Well, he in Buffalo. I mean, he in Colorado. We're gonna see what they're gonna bring to the table now. And with that being said, I'm not sure if you guys saw the rankings, the college rankings, and we're gonna try and see what we agree with those and come up with our own top 15 before we move on to our next. And here we have Coach Chad G. He was the host of the bowl challenge that we had that I was the winner of.
I read it.
I take that all day, every day. But appreciate you coming on the show. We was just talking about the national championship game or lack thereof and how TCU got handled. We're moving on to the top 15. We're going to try to come up with our own. And I'm going to give you boys just the top 18 so, we can just go from there. We got Georgia at 1, TCU at 2, Michigan at 3, Ohio State at 4, Alabama at 5, Tennessee at 6, Penn State at 7, Washington at 8, Tulane at 9, Florida State at 10, Utah at 11, Clemson at 12, USC at 13, Kansas State at 14, LSU at 15, Oregon at 16, Oregon State at 17, and Notre Dame finished out at 18. Just for me, people who stood out in the bowl game, I'm gonna check Tennessee. I'm gonna check LSU because I think both of their quarterbacks is coming back. I don't know who stood out to the bowl games for you guys.
I mean, just I was kind of going over it on my head. I mean, definitely Georgia's going to be number one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Ohio State should come in at number two. And this just me. I think Alabama should jump in that top four simply because they made a statement. You know, they're gonna jump a lot of boys just because the only team that can really match up with Georgia physicality wise is Alabama, in my opinion.
I got you.
I think TCU should remain in that top six. I think there's some other teams that should, surpass that. I don't think they're going to duplicate what they did this year or next year.
Yeah, Big T, what you got to say about that?
Man, I agree with a lot. I kind of went through my list, just ranking them, based on this season. Not necessarily trying to look towards next season, but
the internet
based on the team that I saw this year. So I went with Georgia 1. I had Bama at 2, Tennessee 3. So that's SEC right there at the medal stand.
Georgia 1, Bama 2, Bama,
and Tennessee 3. I actually had TCU at 4, Ohio State 5, Penn State. I threw Tulane off and there at 7, Michigan 8, Washington 9, LSU 10. And then the next 5 is not really in an order, but to me, this is kind of the next best 5, I guess. I had Florida State, Notre Dame, Oregon State, Oregon, and Pitt. So,
yeah, I like that.
Give 15.
I definitely think Florida State gonna be in the top 10.
Yeah, that's who I wanted to put. I wanted to put LSU and I like how you put Tennessee at 3. So I definitely want you saw what I saw too. That quarterback got a good arm. I don't think they're gonna fall off much.
That's a big old boy.
That receiver that they had balling out this year, like no one saw him coming. So I feel like whatever they got going on, it ain't finna stop.
No, Hypo seems like he got a good pulse of that squad, man.
Yeah. Go over your top 5 again, DT and Maurice, because I didn't write them out. I got them mixed up, I think.
I mean, we kind of swapped just a couple of teams. I had Georgia 1. I had Ohio State 2, Bama 3, followed by Tennessee. I like Tennessee. Definitely rounded out their top 4. Then it's either up in the air from there.
Okay.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I agree with that. I went Georgia, Bama, Tennessee, TCU, Ohio State.
Okay.
And I was just kind of thinking of who can beat who, and really after that the top 2, a lot of these teams can probably beat each other, or at least be very, very competitive.
I think a team we sleeping on is Utah because their quarterback committed to coming back. I don't think their running back leaving either. So they still have 2 good skills. I think they're tight end left, but
I just never was impressed with Utah. I mean, they look good in the Pac-10.
Yeah.
I knew that Penn State game was going to go the way it's going. I was like, yo, y'all hadn't played anybody. Y'all beat up on – dude, USC's middle linebackers are 195 pounds, man. This dude started the entire season. So that tells me you don't have anybody on your roster better than this guy. Y'all ain't played nobody.
Right. I like Utah to bet with, but –
well,
yeah, no doubt. My guy's struggling right now.
Yes, he is.
But I did though Oregon. I showed Washington some love, and Oregon State and Oregon. I like. So
yeah.
I don't want to disrespect, but Utah just didn't do it for me. Penn State rolled over them boys, man.
They did, and I saw that, and just say certain quarterbacks not coming back. So we know Georgia got to come up with a new quarterback. Regardless, they supposed to have some dogs in their stable because they didn't even recruit no quarterbacks this past season. So
yeah,
that's a sign of you telling me something. So TCU gonna have a new quarterback, and Duggan did so much for them that they got to fall back, and even regardless of showing up. So this year they got to fall back. with just a new quarterback because I want to say before the game, it's like total touchdown, total yards, total point. Like he's in the top 3 in all 3 categories. So he commanded so much of the offense. So we definitely knew that was going to fall off. You got Ohio State, they losing their quarterback, C.J. Stroud, Bama losing their quarterback, Hooker. But, we saw Hooker's replacement, which we already high on Tennessee going into next year. Everybody had them in the top 5 so far. Clemson, they took a step back this year. I know you're a fan of Dabo, and I feel like Clemson has a lot of school pride. So I feel like they're gonna come back, and they might not be as dominant as they were previously, but they're not gonna be losers. They're gonna be contenders regardless of how this year ended.
Well, Clemson losing Venables, man, that was huge, man. That dude was huge for that defense. Yeah, that was huge, and he was a part of everything, the rise, the steady build, and so that's a big piece to miss. So we'll see, man. They got to get that quarterback situation. Not even the quarterback. That offense is not good. The coordinator's not good. The players aren't good. They have some skill, but people aren't running routes. They're not catching balls like they need. They're not doing the small things, and I just don't know if they have the studs like they used to. Especially at the receiver
Watkins and the DeAndre Hopkins of the world. They're not
about Martavis Bryant.
Yeah, but the cookie crumbles. Listen to her. How you doing, Antrice? I love you. But yeah, I like that. We're gonna come up together a consensus. Top 15 because I didn't come up. I was waiting on us to kind of come up with it. I know it'll probably take a little time, but at the same time, we kind of know who the top contenders are going into this thing. And Georgia #1. How do we feel about Ohio State at 2? Because I know they always have a lot of skills. We feel like they're gonna turn over again this year. I know Harrison is coming back, Marvin Harrison Jr.
With their quarterback position going
I never believe in Ohio State, so they can never be #2 for me.
We'll put them at 5.
That's where I got them.
All right, let's just say, Michigan at 2. And they have their running back. He's coming back again. The quarterback, he can only get better. I can't say that he was a stud from what I saw against TCU. He didn't help himself out with them pick sixes. But hopefully that helped them know what they have to work on in the spring or the summer. Chad, can you hear us?
Between Michigan and Ohio State, the team I trust out of those two is Penn State. I just know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting out of them. Do they belong in the top 5 or 10? Are they going to win a championship? I don't know, but I don't think so, rather.
But that's who Penn State lost to this year was Ohio State and Michigan.
There was their only 2 losses. But I just can't trust them. I can't trust these guys, man. They Ohio State, granted, they played very, very well against Georgia. They had probably the most entertaining game of the playoff.
They did.
But that's kind of, to me, that's what I'm like. That's what I'm saying. Every year they lose a stupid game. And why can't, they did show up, this particular time, but to me, they shouldn't even been in there.
I think they lost some skills for the bowl game too, because I know the USC Tulane games, like Tulane had some secondary members, who wasn't playing because of the draft or whatever. So who knows how many they really had playing, because Maurice, we had he went to SFA when we was down there. Mata Smith, he played DN at SFA. His son went to Ohio State. He's the kid that got injured and was in the bowl game that was getting highly criticized. Yeah.
Oh, Big Mike.
Yeah. So that was one, highly profile player, and then got hurt. Marvin Harrison Jr. got hurt. So we know they got some weapons there.
Them boys been getting hurt in bowl games since Ted Ginn Jr., man. That's just their thing. That's what they do. Just think about all them people that came. Terrell Pryor, my guy who was at.
And before you go farther, they've always had great, I don't say great college quarterbacks that fit their system. They can play good in college, but they never really just translate over to the NFL. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do to make sense because it's the truth.
Okay, well, yeah, that's how I view them. You know, they good at that collegiate level, but you know, that next level they don't really develop into that. They're more athletes at that position than anything. But we're not gonna keep debating on OSU. We're gonna go down our list. So we got Georgia, Michigan, Bama, or Tennessee. Who we want to put at 3?
Oh, you got it. You know they're gonna get Bama.
Bama at 3, Tennessee at 4.
So you talking about going into next year?
Yeah.
Why is Michigan at 2? They ain't finna beat no Bama.
Right.
They got their quarterback and they little running back coming back. Who else they losing? I think the receiver number 8. Do you think he going? I can't remember his name. I mean he got hurt.
Man, listen, I don't know who Bama backup is. They gonna beat Michigan every time. Every time, Z.
So what was Bama?
Did you see Nick Saban? Did you see Nick Saban on the?
No, I didn't.
When he was David Pollard, this was like before the game. David Pollard was talking about how Georgia has basically taken over. Yes, is running. Did you see the way Nick Saban was looking at that guy?
Yeah, I read about it.
Son, go look at the video. Bama needs to be number. They might need to be 1B.
Hey, he gonna keep showing that clip too, huh? That's motivation right there.
Look at this man. He is like staring a hole through my guy.
Man, hey, I'm not. It don't matter to me. You know, they still got to prove it. We'll put Bama up there because we don't know Jim Harbaugh coming. Jim Harbaugh coming back, or is he leaving?
He better, because
I don't know.
He already proved his worth in the NFL.
Yeah, he did. I think he'll still be viable either way. But yeah, we can go with Bama 2, Michigan 3. It don't matter, you know. I'm just trying to get us consensus because this is gonna be our momentum rolling to next.
You want Michigan in front of Tennessee?
Yeah, I think Tennessee has done enough to surpass them.
So Bama, Tennessee, cool. Okay, so what, we got Penn State at 4. They're gonna topple them. They're gonna topple them this year. They're gonna get the motivation from a podcast.
No, I don't know about Penn State at 4. I mean, I would put Ohio State ahead of them. I be hating on Ohio State. They're good. It's just, I mean, how many times do I got to see you come up short?
I mean, that's just some teams in some teams' DNA. You know what I'm saying? Good enough to be there, but not good enough to, you know, be champ. So we're gonna round out with OSU at 4 and Michigan at 5. We'll just do that. OSU, Michigan, they belong. And you know, I was talking to a coworker. You know, these coaches, they be highly in depth, and we see a lot of SEC national championship games because I didn't realize Georgia had lost the tour to Devontae Smith game. That bomb at the end. I didn't remember that was Georgia, and that's the SEC versus SEC championship game, and that's normally what we always see because half the time Bama is in it, and the Big Ten had an opportunity this year, OSU and Michigan, and you know this was definitely Michigan best chance over TCU. They was overmatched and they didn't show up, you know. So when will we see another top two dogs from the same conference besides the SEC being a championship game? Will this Power 5 eventually have another conference that can go toe to toe with the SEC? Who knows? How do you feel about that, fellas? What's this conference the Big Ten?
Who?
The second best conference, is it the Big Ten?
I'm gonna go with the Pac. I'm gonna go with the Big 12.
The Big 12. Mo?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, because Oklahoma and UT is right there on the cuff, and they start getting back stronger towards the end, especially Oklahoma. So
we're keeping them. So we would say probably we'll keep them in the top 20, but we got OSU and Michigan and Penn State in the top 10.
I mean, but that's
yeah. But who else? I mean, ain't no one else. I mean, Penn State. But other than that, to me, if I look at the Big 12, I'm looking at K-State. I'm looking at Texas Tech. I'm looking at obviously OU Texas. That's 4 people right there. Now, if I can go to Baylor, you know what I mean? Kansas can be decent. Iowa State, you never know. I mean, they just a little deep. They just deeper to me. It's a more competitive conference, you know, top to bottom
as a whole. Okay, and then I'm just gonna say, how do we feel about the Big 12 defense? Because I know the Big 12 is not known for playing defense either. I wanted to look up the bowl.
There's a couple of them that play a little D. Iowa State definitely plays defense.
What do they call it? Where the different conferences, how they finish in the bowls? I wish I could have looked that up.
Oh, the Capital One Bowl Challenge.
Yeah, I guess.
I bet you the MAC won that one. The MAC don't play. I think SEC did pretty well this year, though. I can't think of too many of them losing.
Let's see. Yeah, the MAC. They were 4-2. MAC's 4-2. The ACC is 4-3. They have a bunch of teams. Big Ten was 5-4. SEC was 6-5. I mean, you got 11 teams that play bowl games.
And half of them lost.
Okay, Big 12, 2-6.
Oh.
2-6. Texas Tech, TCU, only one that won.
Yeah, they had some cats that stunk it up.
Yeah. So most wins was definitely the SEC with 6 wins. The Big Ten had 5 wins. The ACC had 5 wins, and MAC had 4. So it's a good football out there, man. We just got to be on top of it. She say that. All right. Next on the agenda, the NFL playoffs, and we're gonna come up with a parlay for you guys. People, we're gonna try and pick what is 7 games this weekend. Damn it, let's try and get all 7. Let's get us a 7 pick. First games are on Saturday, and we only have 2 games on Saturday. And the game I like the most are the Jags and the Chargers. I didn't put that spread down. The Jags and the Chargers, and the Niners and Seahawks. They play
on Saturday.
Yeah, the Niners.
Saturday, I'm seeing. Okay. What the hell is this?
Yeah, the Niners come in at 9.5.
You're right.
Over Seattle, and then the Chargers getting 2 points against the Jags. Let's start with the first game. I know everybody like the Chargers. I mean the Niners. Who we think they can cover that? 8, because I'm buying that 1.5. Easily.
This is the 3rd time they're seeing each other. Have these games even been competitive? I really don't know. Seahawks are they just happy to be here, brother. Niners are on a mission.
Because I don't know if Pete Carroll was just really too amped up to be playing them, from what they got.
He's happy to be in the playoffs. There's some kind of bonus that he gets, I'm sure, in his contract, and all the players are happy. I know as a player just making the playoffs, that's probably like a $15,000 bonus.
They're just not happy about the opponent. That's what they're not happy about the opponent then. That's what you're saying.
They happy to be here, man.
Come on,
they're gonna be excited. They're gonna be excited. They're game planning. They gonna be ready, but
I agree. I'm listening to you. I agree. I mean, Geno Smith. I mean, he's decent.
He's been playing bad lately too, man. He's having a couple games with 2 picks.
Because he's a backup quarterback.
I mean, we can't say that, man, because he was serviceable. They made the playoffs.
That's why they're happy to be there.
But he made it, man. You know what I'm saying? You're saying you're backup. He made it to the playoffs. There's a bunch of starters out there at the beginning of the season who said they were gonna make the playoffs. No one
Shout out to Dan Campbell.
Yeah. But no one thought this. No one thought they was gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You can't tell me you thought Seattle was gonna make the playoffs because when you saw Geno on the sideline, you're like, damn, Geno still in the league when he was a backup. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't even sure.
He's a good backup. I like Geno Smith. He should be on somebody's team.
So if you don't think the Seahawks are just happy to be here, then I don't know what. Again, they seen Geno sitting over there too.
they pay him. The casual fan, But yes, we got the Niners lead. That's game 1.
Yeah, I like the Niners in that 9.5.
We're gonna buy the 1.5, man, because I can't get no Hail Mary at the end for no cheap points.
I wouldn't even buy it. I think they can cover 10.
I hear you, Mo Diddy.
Well, I sleep better at night.
I do too. Just knowing I tried to do something to help myself.
Yes. All right. We have the Jags and the Chargers, man. I love the potential of this shootout. The Jags came on hot. The Chargers trying to prove that they have the right coach and they're healthy. They be hurt a lot. So this is the game I really want to see.
Woo, this is going to be a good game.
What's the spread?
I like the Jags. I like the Jags getting points at the crib, y'all.
Yeah, I like Jags. I just like that young quarterback. That boy coming into his own.
Like Trevor.
It's gonna be a good one, man. Because the Chargers are tough, man. You know they're kind of got it rolling. They kind of remind me of what the Bengals got going on. You know, their weapons are starting to do things. Eckler's toting that joker like.
Yeah, they finally finding themselves. The young coach, he finding his identity, what works, what don't.
Good.
I think that biggest problem when I used to go for it on 4th down so much, like, come on, man, be smart about it sometimes. Don't just look at analytics about everything. You got to have a feel for the game. Don't be no robot, And
let me see. Did the Chargers win that game last week?
No.
They end up losing, huh?
Yeah, because they lost my damn bet. Damn it, I don't even got to go look at it.
Yeah,
I kind of want to go for the Jags.
They covered for me. I did. I had the Raiders covering. They did. Somebody else, the stupid reverse lateral messed up my parlay. Idiots.
I like Jacksonville.
Everybody on board with the Jags.
I
like Jags.
Because I'm buying that point. That's gonna be 3, Chad.
Who
you like?
Because they're getting. Yeah, because they're getting them. If it was reversed, I probably would like the Chargers. If they had the Jags to win, I probably would like the Chargers just to cover. But
you want to know another thing? Those damn coast to coast games be fucking with the team that got to travel. Well, that's another advantage for us. So West Coast, East Coast is what I'm saying. That time warp. I don't care how much they've been there. It's just kind of
what time of the game?
It's gonna be in the evening. Yeah.
It's in the evening. I was about to say if it's like a 12 o'clock game. Oh yeah, the West Coast team.
Listen, man, Duval County about to be raucous, and I love the bits they got with the mascots.
But that's why I told you I wanted to watch the late game because I went to the Dolphins Bills game this year. It was a good game. They won at the end. But yeah. Wow, listen to her. So much she going with the Chargers. You ain't watching the game, lady. Quit lying. All right. 3. We're gonna go to Sunday game. Sunday has the most games. We have 3 games on Sunday. The first game will be the Bills and Dolphins. Again, this will be the 3rd time they meet. And we have the Bills by 13. I don't see that.
Don't fall for that. Don't fall for it. But you're definitely taking the Dolphins.
Is Tua playing?
No, he shouldn't. No, somebody need to be hiding all his football equipment. No, he's been ruled out with concussion symptoms. But even if Tua was playing, I don't really think it matters. Dolphins have a good D. The Bills are wacky tobacco, so 13 seems like a lot to me.
By that 2 touchdowns. Chad, Mo, how we feeling, fellas?
What's the point spread?
13. I may go Bills. The Dolphins looked a hot mess last week.
Man, they messed
up my parlay. That's gonna be a thing for me.
Yeah, they riding on that emotions. I think they're gonna go in there and kill them boys.
Yeah,
they might not even believe because what they started off like 8-1 and they finished like 8-8.
Yeah, I think I'm switching. I'm going with Chatty. I think I'm going Bills here.
I'm going Bills. We're gonna go Bills, and you're gonna buy the point. So it's 12 point.
I may not touch it. The Bills covered for me last week versus New England.
Man, I think they're good for 2 touchdowns.
We don't believe in the Jag. I mean, the Dolphins to cover 2 touchdowns.
Again, the Dolphins are happy to be here, man. You know, they got your boy Rick Moranis as the head coach.
Yeah,
they just happy to be
good
here.
Game, so it ain't gonna be as cold as it could be for the Miami Cats. But let's just say Buffalo get a good lead, a good first quarter, and the Bills. I mean, the Dolphins might just tuck their tails, man, depending on how their weather feels.
You know what's funny about the Dolphins? They played the Texans. Remember that game? They played the Texans and they were just bashing their skull in. And they sat Tua to start the third quarter. That team ain't been right since. Because the Texans started coming back on them.
They did.
And it got more interesting than this. It was like 31-3. And I think that game ended up like 34-23 or something. Like that game got closer than what it should have been. They ain't played right since that game.
I don't recall. But ever since Tua been in and out of concussion protocol, the Dolphins have not been the same, regardless. You know, so
that was it. But it was before. I'm trying to tell you, it was even before he had concussion.
Well,
let me go.
That was
this.
like
I can tell you exactly when that happened.
September when he first went down. So yeah, it's been a while. He's been dealing with it all season. So
he came back and we know when he came back after the first one.
They won like a couple of games, but you know it's been topsy turvy. How many concussions has he had this year?
They were 8-1. They were 8-1. Z. They couldn't have been topsy turvy.
So I'm saying, how many concussions has he had? Because I feel like he's been out.
Three now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think it's this last time.
Well, he had the 2 back to back. He had the one on Sunday, then he had the one on Thursday. So
okay,
so the same week.
Yep. So, okay, yeah, that's what that was. So damn, did a backup play again? So they had to lose? All right, it don't matter. We don't believe them. Let's move on. Okay, the next game will be.
Yeah. I also think Josh Allen going to rush for over 70 yards.
He gonna do what?
I think Josh Allen is going to rush for over 70 yards on the Dolphins.
Oh, okay. Mo, there your fan duel go.
You know.
All right.
I hardly mess with that football. I'll be on this NBA. That's what I'm looking at now.
Hey, we got the Vikings and the Giants. And I don't like neither one of these teams, to be honest, man.
What's the point spread?
Vikings by 3. They got the Vikings by 3 at home. And the Vikings, I mean, they looked the part, but, you know, toward the end of the season, they started looking unfamiliar. And the Giants pointing forward, but I just don't believe in them either.
It's going to be a good game. Okay. Hey, let me tell you right fast. That Texans game, they went up. They got close. They lost the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row, and then they just beat the Jets.
The Dolphins?
Yes. I'm trying to tell you, they sat because I'm watching that game. I'm like, why y'all sitting them? I don't care how much you blowing the team out. My quarterback gonna start this fourth quarter, and he gonna give me at least 2 drives.
Man, at least to the 4th, but 5 in a row, huh? And he kept his job.
5 in a row. Well, you know, he in the playoffs. But
he is in the
Brian was actually trying to get into the playoffs, and they ain't want him to do that.
I sure hate it.
All right, my bad. Vikings and Jets. Yeah,
Vikings
these teams
and
are
Giants.
2 even teams. I think these teams are even. I think they're like almost the same team. One's overachieving, one's underachieving.
Are they going with the
New
score?
York Football Giants.
No, he got the Giants with the upset.
+3 there.
The Giants with the upset. What's up, Dr. Break Vegas? We're waiting on yours, man. You blocking all the shine.
You know, I'm not a Giants fan. I always told you all year that they the sorriest good team in the league. So
yeah, you did.
I'm gonna roll with the Vikings, man. I like the Vikings.
Man, they scare me. Both of these teams scare me, man. I ain't picking neither one of these damn teams.
We gotta pick a 7 though.
Yeah.
All right. So who I trust, Kirk or Daniel Jones?
I mean, you talking about balance. I think the Vikings are more balanced than the Giants. I mean, that defense for the Vikings don't show up.
We're gonna go with the Vikes. My man Chad D, my guess, he the lone wolf. Go on, give us your best Kirk Cousin, lone wolf. How, baby?
Yeah, I like the Vikings here.
He going
at the
with
house.
the
Again, I think the Giants are happy to be here. I don't like the Giants that they sat their players last week. I don't like that.
Yeah, they did.
Who are you? Why are y'all sitting folks down? I better get over there and play some ball.
You say they're not that kind of team. Does Bill Belichick even do that? Does the GOAT do that?
Exactly, Z. Exactly. Nope. No one does this but fools.
So we got that game.
I mean, even if you want them to play a half, we finna get out here. We finna warm up. We finna get through the routine. We finna do it.
Okay, so we have the Bengals and the Ravens, and I love me some Cool Joe. I don't think Lamar is playing. They would have been let us know.
It don't matter if he was playing or not.
Just for spread purposes, I still think they're gonna cover the 7, regardless.
For spread purposes, it would have made it easier for Cincy to cover. It would have been like -3, 4, 3.5.
I like that too. I like that even better.
I know that. Yeah, no. I like Cincy here, man.
Fellas, Chad, Mo.
Who they got winning?
Didn't they just play this last week?
Yeah, they did. And shoot, what was their score? They did.
Cincy told the bone out the.
Yeah.
Cincy,
my bet.
Man, Cincy ain't
Ravens with whatever the.
Stop it.
Yeah. So.
27-16.
Man.
They won by 9.
Bengals on a mission, man. These dudes on a mission, man.
What's the point spread?
7. I got to cover 7. We buy the point at 6.
Cincinnati.
Mine say 8.5.
I don't know. I'm gonna go against the grain. I think them Ravens can cover that.
Mine says 8.5. I don't know. I don't think no. I know. Who's on the Raiders offense? Who play offense?
Dude, I just looked at this before we came on. It was 7. It just went up a point and a half.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you, that damn Cincy, man, that money coming in strong.
Hey, man,
force is strong with this one.
I said y'all the topics. I wrote everything down. This is wild before we came on. That's crazy.
Well, you know what happened was you probably wrote it down, and then the news that Lamar didn't practice today didn't come out till late, and that's when that thing went up a little bit.
Okay.
Walker gonna surprise y'all boys.
Who you talking about? Walker? PJ Walker played for the Panthers.
Do it.
The Panthers.
That's how much I watched the back of.
He trying to fuck with us.
No, I mean, but even when the Ravens, before Lamar got hurt, remember they would get a lead and they would having all these battles with these teams, and they weren't covering before that.
What they were doing, they were playing. They were playing for 3 quarters and not 4. And
they wasn't covering their point spreads.
They was losing.
Oh yeah, you were fading them. Yeah, you
were losing. They were losing them games.
Right.
Right. Come on, Lamar, make one more play. Defense make one more play. It's like nope. They just folding like lawn chairs that 4 quarter. Because Tua, I think that was the game that started Tua. He threw like 4 quarter touchdowns or 6 touchdowns in the game or something like that. That's what made the Buffalo game so much bigger when we went. So yeah, fancy. But the last game is Bucks at the Cowboys, and I need the Cowboys to win because I got a personal side bit going on about Tampa Bay, in their playoff run. So
Cowboys not losing. They don't lose.
The whole time I'm going for the Cowboys.
They don't lose 2 in a row.
No, I don't call it. Cowboys here.
I don't call it every game.
The best thing the Cowboys did was what? Play their players last week. So now I can come in here and be like, look at this mess, fella. I'm getting Coach 30 on you. Look at you. The moment's too big for you. You pissed down your leg. So I can get you going this next week. This thing right here, this could get ugly.
Whoa.
Don't buy no points. Don't buy a point. Don't buy no points.
What's the point spread?
Down 2.5.
Dallas?
2.5.
Cowboys monster.
Oh, yeah. Cowboys going to beat them by 14.
Man, I'm going to strangle Dak if his ass don't play good.
Dude, the Buccaneers are trash.
They're gonna beat them by 14. They're gonna beat them bad like they did them Vikings.
They
look
are
here.
trash.
I was ready to talk trash about the Bucks. Matter of fact, I screenshot this 21-10. The Bucks was losing to the Panthers, and guess what the hell happened?
That damn cornerback on
not
suicide watch.
expected.
Dude.
Man, that game changed so quick, man. There wasn't no way I thought they would come back and win that game like that.
Well, damn, when you're not gonna cover Mike Evans.
It was what? They had like 3 different leads in that game, like 14-0, they had 20. No, yeah, 14-0, they had 21-10. Like, you weren't supposed to lose that game.
Hey, the coach and the quarterback they playing for something. If they don't prove their worth, they're gonna be gone.
Oh, you talking about Dallas?
Yep.
Well, my bed been made, you know. So that's that. So for our 6th pick, we have the Niners covering 9.5, the Jags covering 2, we got the Bills covering 12, Vikings covering 2, Cincy covering 6, Dallas covering 1. We're gonna buy that 1.5. We're gonna let make the Niners cover 8. The Jags gonna cover 1. I'm buying all them points. Every point I can buy, I'm buying. That's
save your money, man. Don't buy that down money, man.
No, man.
Save you $15, man.
You missing out on a couple $100, man.
That's all right. I miss it. I'm still winning. I'm still a winner. Know that. That's the main thing.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
That is the main thing. I'm comfortable with my comfortableness. All right. Yeah, that's what we voted on. All right. So we'll let you guys know if you didn't take advantage. It's your fault. All right. Next up topic. Instead of football, we're gonna move to a little basketball. Basketball, my favorite sport. You know, I play football too, but you can see I have a little thing for sports. I'm watching the Bucks in Atlanta. Bucks killing Atlanta, and the Celtics in New Orleans. They got a good game. Celtics winning by 4 right now in the 3rd. But I want to talk about Jokic, man. This unorthodox, bigger version than Ginobili no one has ever seen before, and I mean, I like him for one. I want to say he just had like a triple-double, and he only shot 5 shots. He went 5 for 5, man, in a game. You know, like, let me go look at this stat line. And he controlled the game, man. We talked about them last week. They were number 1 in the Western Conference. And,
I mean, what Euro big hadn't really been big in the league, though?
Hadn't really been what now?
Good in the league.
This is MVP good, though.
I mean,
so yeah, and we're gonna get on that too, because yeah, Jokic was 5 for 5, 1 3, 11 rebounds, 16 assists, 14 points.
Sorry, needed
against the Lakers. I mean, he plays. What I like, you know, about the Euro players, and it's basically the Euro players are coming and they taking the biggest spotlight right now in the league. To me, you know, just personally, I don't know how you guys feel, but with Jokic being 2-time MVP, and Embiid has always been an MVP conversation. Giannis and Luka. Who else we put thrown in that conversation, fellas? Tatum. Okay, that's one American. Chad, who you got? DT? Who we got? We got
I don't watch
KD.
enough NBA anymore. I quit watching NBA.
I mean,
Gotcha.
Steph Curry before he got hurt. I mean, Steph Curry was putting up numbers. He was carrying them boys.
He was.
Finally, K. Thompson finally trying to come back around.
Well, the Warriors got a lot to prove to themselves right now. I don't think they can look in the mirror and recognize themselves. And I'm a Warriors fan.
Zion,
not no MVP, but we got He stayed hurt too much.
No, I'm just saying. But before he got hurt, he was putting up numbers.
He got to finish the season and not be hurt. That's what he got to do. That's like putting Anthony Davis in the damn conversation.
No, I would never.
So right there. So we got to go through Zion.
How could you not put LeBron in the MVP runnings?
I'm letting y'all say the American player. I threw all, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be biased in this.
Nah, you get that. For what he's doing at almost 50.
Almost 50. But that Western Conference, too, it's all jam-packed. Let's look at the Western Conference standing.
Yeah, it's all in there tight, man. Sardines. I mean, I think you're right. The European player, I don't think that this is like anything new. I think for the past decade, they've probably been they always solid basketball players. That's the one thing. They always have skill. They always they're always 5-tool guys. They can assist a little bit, defend a little bit. What Jokic is doing is, he's just making it look easy, man. He's playing big, and he gets the ball. I don't know if the ball ever gets below his shoulders. So you're not going to block the shot.
He's crazy part. He's a point guard.
Okay, so my thing is, it goes back to a conversation with me and you had a while back, DT. When you was like, they have the shot clock at a younger age overseas, and so now their mental IQ and understanding what they got to do with the ball, cuts, you know what I'm saying, is heightened. It's there. They learn this at an early age, and so the game is not so much fast paced, but skill to me. They know. We don't have no Europeans or players over besides Giannis. It's probably bigger, it's faster and stronger, but that's more of American basketball players versus European. They're more skilled and can shoot better too.
And to add on to that, most of them Euros been playing professionally since 14, 15 years old.
Younger. So
they've been exposed to playing against grown men for a very long time.
Well, professionally too.
Professionally.
Casual weekend warrior. They playing professional, so they playing the best of the best. And
Luka been playing professionally since 15.
Man, I saw some video of Luka practicing going to the hole as a youngster. And when I describe this to you guys, I really hope you can understand what I saw. All right. So you know how they have the little stretch band that they tie around your waist. So they tie to something where you run off, and so to create the tension. So Luka's on the stretch band, and he's trying to go to the goal. So he's on stretch band, he's going to the goal, and he got two cats on both sides as he's going to the goal, and they beating the shit out of him. They got boom, boom, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? So to control that ball, he's not fast, he's under control, he's accepting those, you know what I'm saying? It's just his mindset, it blew my mind. I really wish I still had that video, but he's on that band, so even him getting beaten up, his body's still stressed. You know what I'm saying? Going to the hole. So
and then into your point, Euros don't worry about spending all their time trying to showboat and not going anywhere. Them boys got. I'm getting to point A. I'm getting there.
You don't have that time. Again, with that shot clock, you don't have the time to do that. You got to, always be running an offense. Even when you got a big lead in a game, you still got to play, for the most part, 4 quarters because, man, you got a shot clock. You can't come down here and pass the ball 25 times. I can't stand watching high school basketball, man. It's ridiculous, man.
And I think the farther we got away from our just basic fundamentals from basketball in the Euros kept there, that's when we had to start going back to the professionals playing in those Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like our youngsters, they're not being coached like they was before. And so
ball showed you what a difference can make when you go play overseas.
No.
At an early age.
LaMelo.
You got to put Melo in the MVP runnings.
Yeah. I put him at the bottom spot.
I mean, he's balling though.
Man, he been hurt this year too. He had a bunch of ankle issues.
I mean, it's a lot. LeBron been hurt. Greek Freak been hurt.
Okay, but still, Westbrook the only one that's gonna get an MVP, and his team ain't playing worth a damn. Like everybody else, like you got to do something just out of this world astronomical for you to contend for MVP, and your team just not in position to win anything. LeBron and LaMelo, they not there right now. I mean, LaMelo and them blew the hell out of Milwaukee the other day, on the road, but we're gonna see if they can keep that up.
They got to get healthy.
Starts with him.
And they getting the old boy back though. The twin.
Who are you talking about? What team?
Charlotte. Twins. Who?
That Martin twin?
No, Bridge.
You talking about the one who for the assault on this girl?
They getting them back. I mean, that boy was balling last year.
We figured something out, man. I hope he ain't beating up on no more women. But they got a lot to prove. I just had them up. So let's look at the Eastern Conference. Let's see where they at right now. Yeah, see they done won 11 games.
Who?
Charlotte. You want to know how many they done lost?
I mean,
20 plus.
Yeah, they looking like the Lakers.
Okay, but see, and that's why I want to talk about the Lakers. The Lakers, they've been playing a lot better. They had 19 wins. That's 12. The 8th spot has 20 wins. That's Golden State. And right there.
They just got to get to the 10th spot.
Yeah, Golden State got 21. They 7.5 games behind. The Lakers and the Thunder are the Lakers 8.5 games behind. So yeah, they're playing game. They just a half game out the playing game. If Anthony Davis come back, man, and LeBron might make this. No, this ain't his curtain call, boy. They might make this magical season of the points total. Even more magical, making the playoffs, and let's see how he can go around. I don't believe in them, as a team, but LeBron can still make it possible.
They make a trade, they can get in there.
Who they trading?
I mean, if they make a trade before this trade deadline,
who they trading?
Who are they trading, or who can they get?
Who they trading so they can get somebody?
I mean, they can trade, and it's not going to be no, probably big superstar, because you got your superstars. You just need some role players, like a Crowder would be good, or Cam Reddish from New York. Some role players, man.
Have you been watching them lately? DT and y'all been watching them lately?
Watching who play? The Lakers?
The Lakers, yeah.
I mean, a little bit. I said it right at the beginning of the season when this thing started, man. That outfit they rolled out there, it's gonna be a cold summer.
They got their role players is Austin Reeves, the little cat who like Austin Powers. He a little Swiss Army knife. He had some good games up and down.
Play stuff. They need some dogs.
Thomas Bryant, little center, he coming along.
He needs to start, but he was cold before he got hurt in Washington, though.
That's what I'm saying. He's just not coming back. I think this is his second year.
Yeah.
Even Kendrick Nunn, whatever. He was hurt last year. He coming along. Dang, who I finna say? I lost my train of thought. It wasn't West. Oh, my dude, Schroeder. Schroeder on there. He been playing good lately. So, I feel like they have a good 7-8 man rotation if they could figure something out with all healthy pieces. But that just depends on all healthy pieces. And, can they make a run, because they're gonna be playing
Patrick Beverly and freaking Walker, the 5th.
Lonnie Walker.
I like him.
All our uncle, but I read something where they might be trying to get rid of Schroeder too. I'm not Schroeder. Beverly want to go back to Minnesota. That's what I read. So
he want to go back.
That's what I read.
Yeah, man. If I was there, I'd be going out to Cam Reddish. To be honest with you, I'm telling you, that boy is young and he can ball. 6'6", guard.
But what's New York in? Because New York been playing decent in the East, right?
They're not playing him because Coach don't like him.
Thibodeau. They bussing. Okay.
He's an upgrade for all them boys coming out the bench.
Man, y'all know I'm a KD fan. He done got hurt again, man. Man got to do some strength training, man. Damn, like you can't run from the waist, dog.
That hairline, man.
Man, hey, I mean, he's so focused on basketball, man. Give him a pass on the hair by now. Damn.
I can't. You got too much money.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
You need to get that ink tattoo or something.
I tried, man.
Yeah, get a little Beijing.
Hey, be quiet, man. Because if he come back, y'all be seeing the people with the hairline getting their little stuff, the little fake waves.
Yeah.
One of those, y'all really gonna be talking about him. So just leave him be.
Ooh-wee. Boy, he better not ever. All thing KD can do is cut that mess off.
Go ball.
He brushes shit. That boy do not believe in a brush. Like put some Vaseline on that hole, some Murray or something, just brush your shit. Like, yeah.
The petroleum jelly.
Like you a grown man with
he got other things on his mind, man.
Like, come on, fam.
He spend that time on Twitter, you know. I guess, but
I think his hair has been getting a little bit better though since he started smoking weed. Since he started smoking weed, I think his hair is getting.
But the East and the West is tight.
These teams are even, man. These last one we talked about it. These teams are. The NBA's back even. There's no more super, they don't have super teams no more. So every team has 1.5 stars. And so,
Okay, so let's get back on the Mavericks before we end this thing. And Luka, because let's see who they just played recently because
it was the Clippers. They played them last night in an abysmal game.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to say because they haven't been winning. They lost to the Clippers.
They had won like 7 in a row, didn't they?
They won 7 in a row, then they lost.
I think they just lost 2 in a row here.
And you know who I want them to go get for this trade deadline?
Who?
That big brother in Detroit, that Bogdanovic.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying his name right.
What number?
Bogdanovic.
Yeah, the big brother in Detroit.
From Utah?
He in Detroit now.
But I'm saying from Utah.
Yeah. I want them boys to get him. He played defense.
I think he can shoot. Get some of these dudes to play better. They got to get some of these. They got to get.
Walker's trash. I mean, not Walker.
No, it don't even matter.
Bullock. They got to get like Bullock, and they got to get some of these dudes to hit shots. They got to get some of these dudes.
And that's what I hate that they so contingent on getting that ball because that's the only time they really gonna, they got to be catch and shoots, just straight catch and shoots. There ain't a lot of momentum. They're doing a lot of waiting, and so that's what kind of make me skeptical of the Luka offense because at least last year, Brunson knew he was gonna get his touches, and he was a distributor. He was scoring. We knew who that was. I just don't feel like we know who that second guy is. Who's gonna get them touches? Who's gonna be that facilitator? I just don't feel like they know themselves like they did last year.
I think that's kind of revisionist history, though. Nobody knew Brunson was finna do that,
but it worked for him.
He was showing signs.
It grew.
Hold on. Brunson, yes, he was a good player and he was doing what he do, but in them playoffs, he turned the corner where it's like, oh well, daggum.
Yeah,
that's
you know what I'm saying? So I guess what I'm trying to say is, man, you might have to get this thing a little bit more time because they aren't in the exact same position they were in last year.
But who was Brunson though?
Who they number 2?
Other than
that's
Woods.
What I mean.
Christian Woods is he's proven that he's number 2, but they don't want to pay him.
It could be. I feel like it could be, but that's the whole thing. It's not about who's the next Brunson per se. It's okay. Who's going to be the person that can elevate their game? Because that's all Brunson did, was elevate his game. So we don't know.
After Luka and Woods, you don't have nobody.
Dinwiddie, I'm not upset at Dinwiddie.
Inconsistent.
But
that's what he was last year.
That's probably true, but I feel like I'm looking at every team. Every team's second player is inconsistent.
Well, I feel like they still trying to find their identity, find their rotations they like best.
What rotation?
I feel like they were better off last year because their key players have been spent more time together. I know Dinwiddie had came on late, and he came on hot late too. But those main two dudes
he went in a trade after the All-Star.
That's what I'm saying. He came on late and he came on hot because he was hitting some game winners, and y'all carried that. Y'all carried that momentum all the way into the playoffs. And that game 7 against Phoenix, like Phoenix played like a young team and Dallas played like a veteran team. Like it was just the opposite of that. And so just with that trade, with Brunson signing with New York, it's just that familiarity in those moments. You know what I'm saying? Forget regular season, forget y'all playing like in those moments, you know who the hell you are.
Okay, well, what Brunson was doing in the playoffs in clutch moments, he wasn't doing that during the regular season.
Yeah, he was. When Luka got hurt and Bronson was a number 1, that boy was balling towards the end. That's what set him up for that success in the playoffs.
That's the more you're making my point.
But it was
towards the end of the season.
What is his name?
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He's had those opportunities too. Luka has been hurt this year. He's not stepping up.
Okay, guys. The Mavericks are my team. I don't want to see nobody balling out in damn January. Let's win some games. Let's figure each other out. And once we get to March, April, now we can start honing in on who's the real rotation. I think that's the benefit of this team. I got so many pieces. I can afford to play. I can afford to play around.
Who your pieces, though, for the Mavericks?
Well, Josh Green they still trying to fill out that second facilitator when Luka don't really dominate the ball so much besides Dinwiddie. They still filling themselves out. I haven't been watching them late. I just know when they play better teams, who they played. The Clippers, not the Clippers. Yeah, they lost to the Clippers, and the Clippers have been playing bad, and they lost to Boston after Boston had been playing bad, and they lost to Cleveland. Like, I don't care if you're beating the Rockets or the Knicks, I don't care. I want to see you beat them teams that you're going to see in the playoffs, like Dallas. Dallas be beating the teams that are not going to be in the playoffs and losing the playoff team. Yeah, that's when I really be paying attention to the Mavericks. If those games they're not supposed to win.
Brunson got 27 now in the third quarter. We need that type of player. But Christian Wood's been proving he can do that, man. But they not going to pay him that money. We're gonna trade him.
Man, he is so bad on defense.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
He's a freaking hack magnet, and he's so bad on defense that Jason Kidd's like, hey, you gonna keep on hacking? I'm just leave you out there, dog. Go ahead and foul out, big dog. But I can't sit you down and try to coach you how to play this game.
They knew he didn't play defense. So if you knew he wasn't gonna play defense, what's the point of even getting him?
GT.
Well, it's okay. It's one thing that
it was better than what they had.
It's to me it's quite another. But you be having exactly. Well, he ain't. He let him go out there and score points. And to your point last week, I mean, without Kleber's a big piece, man, because his defending on the ball, defending on better players.
What was your point?
They got pieces. They got pieces hurt. Point again, who?
McGee.
JaVale,
yep, I guess.
Is he still on the team?
Yes.
Bump all that.
Yes, I guess.
Who I wanted the Mavericks to get, who I've always said that they don't have any down low presence, anybody that play defense, anybody that intimidates you. But some reason, man, I love Jeremy Grant. I wanted him to go get him from Detroit, man.
Detroit.
That's who I want. And he went to Portland and
Who team got down low presence that you scared to go to the rack on? What team is that?
I mean, at least a defensive identity, somebody, got some grit to him.
Nah,
Why didn't it go out?
I just told you.
Why didn't it go get Boogie?
I love Boogie, man, but I think his days are done.
No.
Jeremy Grant? Where's he at? Portland?
Not who?
They in the 11th spot?
No, he's not no 11th spot player. He getting buckets.
I'm saying that's where Portland.
But but Dame been hurt though.
Yeah, he up and down.
I love Jeremy Grant, man. I ain't gonna cap on this guy.
They got two guards. Like I don't like their makeup of their team. Like I don't like Jokic.
Simon.
No, I like something. The big man. How you say?
Nurkic.
Yeah, he's like he just be throwing out like he playing on a Nerf goal sometimes. I mean, you supposed to be more dominant than that. But I don't like the makeup of their team. I definitely like Jeremy Grant. and their two guards. But I don't. That's kind of
I like they sleeper is hard. He the one balling for him.
He's their glue guy.
Yeah, double guy, low key.
Oh, I can tell that's what you be getting on your little fan, dude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hard and
listen, these playoffs are gonna be they're gonna be good. They're gonna be good, man.
And
like I say, these teams are even, man. Because I hear what we're saying about the Mavs, but we literally could pick apart any of these teams.
Well, it's also close, so it's gonna come down after that All-Star break, baby. People they're gonna start separating. You know, the pretenders gonna shine, and the contenders gonna shine. The pretenders gonna they're gonna fall to the bottom. And what I want us to do too, because Chad G, he has the March Madness coming up, so it's time for us to start kind of paying a little more attention to college basketball too. And I don't think no team has kept that #1 ranking with more than a week or two. Like everybody's
nobody wants it. Nobody wants
it. Lie to you. I have not even, and I was a fan of college basketball. I have not looked at a college basketball game all year. I don't even bet on them for parlay.
Come on, man. Look, I started the season off in Chad G. I had a stack I'm about to win. Texas Tech, man, they turned the ball over late, man. They supposed to win by 11. They won by 9. I texted y'all, man, that boy shaving points on me, man. Hey, I was so mad at Texas Tech. I had me a parlay, but yeah, I haven't been playing watching college basketball either. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need to go try and start paying attention to that a little more because the March Madness is gonna be coming back up, and Chad G hosts that. And for our viewers, we hosted the College Bowl Challenge, which was good, and we're gonna keep promoting that next year so we can make that bigger and better. It's gonna be 10 years for the college, so we're gonna have 2 different brackets, centennial bracket and the 10-year bracket. I'm saying it right, Chad? Centennial. What's the 100-year? Well,
yeah,
it's gonna be $100.
We're gonna have the 10-year
$100 bracket and
$20 pot.
Yeah,
$100 pot, and then a regular $20.
Yeah, so we're gonna have 2 of those.
What is that for? That's for March Madness?
No, that's for college football next season.
Oh, next year?
Yeah, that'll be 10. So I'm gonna have to get my ducats in a row so I can do that.
It's for the 10-year.
Yeah, for the 10-year.
We're gonna have 2 separate ones. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the O's who get into the big pot. Some of the rookies are gonna be scared. So.
Come on, man. Hey, I know I've been talking to people and they want to do it next year. Mo wanted to do it, but he didn't. I forgot about it. I told him a little too late, and he didn't really understand the points. But Mo gonna be in it next year. I got personal friends, and hopefully with the podcast we can make it even bigger. By putting out our word of mouth, and we just continue to get this to growing. We're gonna keep getting more guests on, and we're gonna work this channel, man, and use it to our benefit. I enjoy this with my boys.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get bigger. Pretty soon it's gonna be like that Marty Moore when Biggie Smalls came to town.
baby.
So we're definitely gonna keep our eyes on this playoffs coming up in a few days, and I'm probably gonna do a 6-pick, a 3-pick, and a couple of singles. So good luck to you fellas. Good luck to you out there that's trying to break Vegas like us. Until next time, to episode 12, man. Love, peace, and hot grease.
Good stuff, fellas. Y'all be great.
San Fran is definitely a pick.